So I just recorded my update video and you guys should go check that out because there's a lot of good information. As of right now, there's still no confirmation if we're speeding up in terms of banners or if there's a different banner order. We're going to talk about that probably tomorrow, day after, whatever it may be. However, we got what I would consider probably the worst news they could deliver. And I mean this for many reasons. We're going to break it down. And let me just say, this is really bad. Objectively speaking, it's very, very bad. It also affects two of the videos that I made, being this one and also this one. This one alerted people that some units will go to standard banner. Well, on the JP stream, vocally speaking, they confirmed that Marian will not be added to the standard banner right after the version ends. Now, this doesn't mean that Marian won't be on the standard banner at all. She will end up on the standard banner, but not when the banner ends. So why this is bad? Well, when Marian's banner ends in 2 weeks, which basically when Joker's banner ends, Marian's banner will end. And when that happens, Marian should have went on the standard banner. Now, that would have been really good because all these gold tickets I'm saving up and I could probably get over 110 total, 120 by the time her banner would have ended. Well, I won't be able to get Marian. That sucks. Now, the biggest thing is that we won't know when Marian's going to be there. They didn't communicate when they would decide to put her. So this largely increases FOMO because people now are like, oh, what if she doesn't come here at all? Or what if she only comes in 3 months? So yes, this is way, way, way worse. Now I said horrible decision. Now there was 2 replies that I think were pretty important. Typical shenanigans for a game with that much summon, skip, foresight. The problem is, this isn't even about summon foresight. Marian's good. Every standard unit is good. That's not the problem. The problem is it's not even related to the foresight, right? People are not going to skip. People are going to not summon just because they're on the standard banner. So it's not even related to foresight because these units, even on CN, people would skip because they're standard. And then the other one, I hope this won't happen for Phoebe. If they're doing it for one, they're going to do it for everyone, right? As of right now, the 5, oh, I kind of forget who they are, the standard units. So yeah. Okay. So there's Phoebe, Marian. I'm pretty sure who else. So Runa, Misaki, and I think one more, but I don't know who. Well, she's right there. Mayumi. So those are the 5, right? And the problem with this is now it leaves it open to them to decide when they put it in. And it could be way later, which then means you're losing out on these really good units. Marian is a really good unit, but there's something even worse than this, which we're going to get into. But she's an amazing healer, right? Actual damage increaser, right? And now the biggest thing that people need to be conscious of. This is a possibility, and it's not confirmed, but is it highly possible? And am I going to hate it? Yes. Lufol's business plan was supposed to have Marian's dupe and her weapon. Let me pull up the images. We literally see it right here. This is from the CN version, I think, or TW, I'm not too sure. One of the versions ahead. Minami's piece of knowledge. That's her A1, or that's her that's her dupe. And then her weapon. They got the weapon, they got the dupe from the 3rd and the 4th, right? I think the 3rd is the dupe, 4th is the weapon. Now, Marian's dupe 1 gives 20% defense penetration. And then do they have her weapon? No. No, they don't have the weapon. Her weapon then increases further damage, makes healing even better. So, because of the fact she's not standard, they could, well, not yet, they could easily count it to where they don't add Marian to Lufol's business plan. Now, another thing to keep in mind, logically speaking, is that this would also have some sense because this is pre 1.3.2. So they added this way later, if we're being real, right? They added this way later, but now they're adding it in 1.1 before Marian's banner even ended, where this is like 2 versions after Marian's banner ended. So in this case, it was a lot more obvious that it was going to be there because she's been on standard for a while, where here, Lufol's business plan is being added alongside her banner. And this might remove, especially with her not being on standard, this is most likely going to remove her actually being inside Lufol's business plan. And then we start getting into some really, really shitty ass things. Because this allows them to really play with us and kind of trigger FOMO as much as they want. Okay, I'm pretty sure they said, let me read what I saw regarding some of the characters introduced in the CN and AS versions. After their Phantom Idol contracts ended and their pickup period was over, they were added to the Phantom Idol draft standard banner, which could be drawn using gold tickets. For the Japanese and Western versions, however, the timing for this has been changed. So they confirmed they will be there, but the timing has been changed. We sincerely apologize for this change. Yeah, fuck you. Especially to those who may be saving their gold tickets for this purpose. Well, I mean, I'm going to continue saving. There's no way I'm using it yet, but that's the problem. They're kind of forcing us on this FOMO path to where now they want us to summon more for the banner. So updated, yes, you should actually be summoning for Marian, maybe even 2 pities. But that's the problem. Me recommending that is what they want because we don't know when it's going to be out. We don't know if it's going to be 1.3, 1.4, right? Hopefully it's going to be 1.3, right? 1.3 should be, I think, August 7th. But it still is complete and hot garbage because number one, it's going to take away from you getting Marian early, going to make you want to do more pulls, which is then going to enforce FOMO more long term on all the other standard banner units that are also good, by the way. And then 2, it might take away from us getting Marian through Lufol's business plan 3 and 4, which is even worse. So yeah. We have to hope that this doesn't stay and they realize people are very mad about this. Now, the problem is, I feel like the JP community is very maybe out of tune with the CN and TW versions and might not even know this is a problem. However, I feel like the English side is going to be extremely annoyed about this. I've already seen a lot of people talking about it and it's ass. So we got to hope that this is only Marian because if they continue doing this moving forward, it's going to be bad. So the only way I could really get around to really, well, talking about this and like trying to do some changes, really getting everyone else to know. Now, furthermore, people are like, oh, they're only doing it. Maybe they'll release it 2 weeks after. Maybe the standard is going to be a month after her banner starts. Maybe it's going to be 2 weeks after her banner ends. And the reason is because the banners last a month now. The logic is just not there, unfortunately. Actually, guys, I think I see what they're doing. Okay, so Marian is essentially the one being released early in this case because she was 1.2. So the logic is probably that because she's coming 2 weeks early, they're going to release her in standard 2 weeks later to match up with the TW version. Oh, I see what they're doing. Okay, because she was 1.2 and Yui was 1.1. So it's very much that because Marian was 1.2, they're going to release it 2 weeks later. But honestly, it's very silly then that it's not going to be right when the banner ends and most likely 2 weeks after. But then the problem then lies in horrible, horrible communication because we don't even know when it's going to be on standard. Now, if it's only 2 weeks later, that's fine, right? If you only have to wait 2 more weeks, that's fine because it seems like they're trying to wait for TW, right? If TW had Marian on standard a month after launch, then that's when it's going to happen for the same as, well, no. So 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. It might be even later, right? No. 2, 4. No. It would be when, like, it would be 2 weeks after Marian's banner ends. That's technically when it would have ended on TW. So that might be what they're going for. And that's fine. That part is fine. I'm not going to lie. I don't really care if you have to wait an extra 2 weeks because that's when it matches up with TW. That's fine. The problem is also this, right? If it's not in Lufol's business plan, that sucks. Now, let's be real. If they release Marian early, then it's like it should also be up to them to release it in standard early still, right? That's the problem. Because if you're going to release it early anyway, then why not just bring it to standard early by 2 weeks? No one's going to complain. So logically speaking also, there's that. And then it's also, why not, like, in this case, Marian could have just been with Fox, if you think about it, right, on the 23rd. And then when Marian's banner ended on the 7th, then on the 7th, well, she would have been on standard most likely. Now, the other problem is, what if that's not the case? And what if they actually push it back later? So then if they push it back even later, then there is a big problem. And then, of course, when we tie it into Lufol's business plan and her maybe not having her weapon 5-star for free or her dupe for free, then it starts to get really, really, really into muddy waters. So we're going to have to see. But as of right now, this is a complete and utter L for the game. TLDR, they are not adding her to standard. This is bad because of the fact that people are going to have more FOMO to summon on the banner. We don't know when it's coming. So even me saying it's because they want to match up with the exact timeline for TW makes no sense because they themselves haven't confirmed it, besides them saying, oh yeah, we're not going to add it right away. Like, the fuck? If you're not going to add it right away, tell us when you're going to add it. And then it might not come to Lufol's business plan. Now, this we'll see tomorrow. If it doesn't happen, another rant video incoming. But for now, that's basically it. Just wanted to make you guys aware. That's not what I meant to press. Basically, is it going to go? Yeah. Okay. Basically, now it seems like Marian might be a full-on summon. But for right now, I think no matter what, she deserves a pity. Now, the second pity is going to be up to the player themselves. But I think one pity was my plan before. And it's going to remain my plan afterwards. So that's going to be it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know what you think. I think this is pretty ass. I'm not going to lie. She should have been on the standard right away. But it is what it is.